Okay, hello everyone. This presentation about Ithaca Protocol. So at first, let me compare the traditional option market with the decentralized option market. So in traditional, the funds are controlled by centralized institution. Prices are not transparent, and the market maker control the most of price setting. Investors also need access check and background reviews, and the trading is limited to certain hours. Decentralized options improve these problems. There are no market maker, prices are more transparent, and anyone can join in, and the blockchain allows 24 hours trading. However, people are always looking for the better choice. So we have Ithaca Protocol. It was created in May 2024. Ithaca was designed to solve the major pain points in other DeFi options, such as market liquidity, scalability, and complexity. So, for example, liquidity is a common problem. Ithaca uses an auction-based merchant system. Buyers and sellers match off the chain, and only the final trade goes on-chain. This increases liquidity and avoids blockchain congestion. Ithaca also offers composable option and structured products, making option easier for users who find them complex. And you might be curious about how decentralized it is, but based on the feature, Ithaca is decentralized in trading process, but its governance is still not fully decentralized. Although decentralized options bring many advantages, I have already introduced them in the second slide. They also come with the risks. Firstly, smart contract exclusion risk. If the code has a bug, a hacker can use this bug and steal the funds from the customer. And the multi-user can't read the code, which means they can't judge whether the code or platform safety or not. And secondly, operation security. Rats of control may still stay with some small groups. If they are tempted by huge profits, they might engage in illegal activities, thereby damaging the market. And third, the system depends on actual data. So wrong data leads to wrong results. And finally, the most important one, the anonymous nature of DeFi can attract illegal activities, such as money laundering and tax evasion, which means DeFi options include Ithaca protocols still need to be improved. And the next part, please.
The Ithaca Protocol has its own token called Ithaca. On December 19, 2024, they issued a fixed cap of 1 million Ithaca token on the BNB chain for an on-chain voting and protocol proposal. The protocol can be processed without this token, and I think for the team, Ithaca token helps them to govern and allow their users to participate in the decision-making process regarding protocol upgrades and changes. It is also allow their users to access to exclusive features and benefits in the Ithaca protocol platform and be traded on some exchange to provide liquidity. In my opinion, Ithaca token can be used to attract new users and investors. They use 20% of the Ithaca token on the street and encourage and distribute within 30 months, and 30% allocated to infrastructure partners. This can enhance users' engagement and reduce selling pressures, and encourage them to participate in the ecosystem long term rather than thinking the short term gains. Their teams also allocated 20% of the token as a long term incentive to encourage ongoing development rather than the short term pump. This can avoid traditional market makers' control because it is pricing it determines through the bulk auctions and algorithm matching. This reduces the reliance on the privileged liquidity providers, improves fairness, and limits the probability of a few market makers withdrawing the liquidity or manipulating spread. Then Ithaca options prototype can be directly integrated with other DeFi products, such as the structured products vault and automatically hedging the strategies or derivatives aggregators. For the weakness, this protocol reliant on the bulk auctions liquidity covering multiple trades, trends, and strategies. If users participation is low, actions may end with very low movement, resulting in the large bid-ask spread and poor price discovery. This can create a negative feedback when lower the liquidity and makes the new users do not want to join in. This can improve by giving rewards and supporting more chance to bring more users and market makers. It also can work with other DeFi products to bring automatic trading demand. Then if the price change very fast, the system may not liquidate position in time. The money locked in the system may not be enough to cover the losses. They can cause the protocol to lose funds. And this can be improved by using a higher margin and the dynamic risk limit and limit the leverage in the certain strategies. Next part, please.
All right, thank you. So let me introduce the possible failure risks that the Ithaca protocol may face in the future. So firstly, in terms of failure risk, the biggest hidden danger for Ithaca comes from the security of smart contracts. As an options protocol running on Arbitrum, it is completely dependent on the on-chain contracts. If there are loopholes in the future contracts or complex attacks, such as the flash loans occur, it may lead to serious asset losses and rapidly cause liquidity to dry up. Also, the agreement has been audited by institutions such as the Henken and the Cornerstep, but the industry experience shows that audits cannot guarantee the absolute security of the agreement. And furthermore, the success of Ithaca is highly dependent on liquidity. If the market is sluggish and competitors absorb more trading volume, the protocol may lose its pricing function due to insufficient trading and eventually fall into a liquidity death spiral. And finally, it's about the regulatory machinism problem. Because the core functions of Ithaca are decentralized options and structured investment products. This is highly similar to the strictly regulated derivatives in the traditional finance. And meanwhile, the derivative agreements may also face stricter regulation in the future. Once Ithaca is identified as an unauthorized derivatives or swap platform, it may face front-end restrictions or even the legal risks. So let's talk about the advanced project.
Okay, thank you. So we want to find some development information, but Isaac did not provide a white paper, and we also couldn't find any relevant development data. What we currently know is that third-party institution Hashlog audited its code and confirmed that code is safety, and they offered to hash in GitHub.
The Ithaca protocol is deploying on the Arbitrum network layer 2, and Ithaca supports the cross-chain deposit on the Arbitrum for other chains and using the Accelerate as a cross-chain infrastructure. Users can select tokens on different chains which are automatically converted to the USDC and the WETH on Arbitrum.
Yep, and the protocol has also undergone multiple significant upgrades during its development process, including the richer structured product, multiple security audits, and the launch of Odyssey Layer 2 based on the OP state. The development from the application layer to the infrastructure layer helps improve the performance. And finally, Ithaca's smart contract layer doesn't have built-in the KYC, but its tokens are listed on the centralized exchanges. Therefore, users still need to complete the AML out of KYC through external institutions. But more mature, the lightweight regulation based on risk disclosure and safety standards in the future may help it attract the institutional users. So that is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening.